She kept her mouth shut because she was always nervous.
She put on a good front, ever calm on the surface.
As he tore her down, she built up a wall.
Her friends and family would reach out, but she started distancing them all.
She was trapped so quickly before she knew she was in trouble.
He had a way of controlling her that was ever so subtle.
It started off so simple. Sometimes he would yell.
She didn't think it would escalate, though one can never tell.
She did not allow herself to think of what life was like before.
Because for years now, she had been 1 in 4.
Though she was distant, she seemed normal in a crowd.
The few times she got to see her friends, her heartache was not stated out loud.
He was all she needed after all. At least that's what he'd say.
And each time she'd try to have her own life, he'd make her feel guilty in his own way.
He made it seem like he was taking care of her, like they were in a good place.
And she continued to believe him even after he first slapped her in the face.
She tried to keep him happy, but he always wanted more.
So she vowed to do better, and she remained the 1 in 4.
She became dependent on him, which was always his plan.
To him, she was just a weak woman, and he was a strong man.
She would make excuses for him, a never-ending list.
She would blame herself a little more with each impact of his fist.
To him, there was no difference between respect and fear.
He noticed she would start to flinch each time he would come near.
Yet still she stayed, even knowing what was in store.
She was stuck. She was still the 1 in 4.
He controlled her. She was now accustomed to being used.
She wore long-sleeve shirts in public to hide how much her arms were bruised.
She always kept her head down. She tried to cut out all social ties.
She feared that people would see her pain if they looked into her eyes.
She was convinced this was her fault. She had brought this on herself.
She was broken, but would refuse to turn to anyone else.
She passed by loved ones who she had once trusted before.
But that becomes irrelevant when you're the 1 in 4.
Who is she? This woman that has kept silent.
Who is she? This woman stuck in a world that's so violent.
Who is she? This woman that uses makeup to hide her black eyes.
Who is she? This woman who feels hopeless and has no more strength left to try.
Who is she? This woman who is paralyzed by fear.
Who is she, this woman in need of support that's sincere?
She is your friend. She is your neighbor. She is the woman that works at a local school.
She is the bank teller, the waitress, the lifeguard at the pool.
She is a stranger in the elevator. She does your taxes. She cuts your hair.
She's the one that makes 6 figures. She is unemployed. She works at your child's daycare.
She is the woman you stand in line next to at the store.
Out of every woman, she is 1 in 4.
1 in 4 women are victims of domestic abuse, and you can help them if you so choose.
I am the 1 in 4.
I am the 1 in 4.
I am the 1 in 4.
I am the 1 in 4.